This is truly a genius idea. The crotch of the panties from the center cut is a fashionable and beautiful undershirt clothes. 2. After eating birthday cake, this plastic knife do not throw. It can be used to organize the bed sheet. The sheet into the gap is not to become very neat. 3. The internet can really learn useful things. Will be a duvet pad in the bottom of the suitcase, and then in turn into the need to store the clothes, pants, and hygiene products, and finally zipped clothes. Finishing can be perfect to cover the lid of the suitcase. 4. Usually we put the items inside the pants bag. Is easy to fall or be stolen. We just need to turn out the pants pockets and then put things from the pants inside, so it is very safe. 5. In the bottle cap above, drilling a small hole and then bring in a screw and then take down the bottle cap to the lid. Tighten the nut. The lid of the broken handle is fixed. 6. With a flamethrower fork heating and then bend the middle 2 times, again heating fork, and then insert the fork into the water pipe hot out of a row of small holes and then cut down the water pipe set in a T-shaped water pipe is a good looking practical shower. 7. Scrap key do not throw. Install it on the drill, turn on the drill switch. It can be used to widen the caliber of the water pipe so that docking water pipe is very convenient. 8. The fishing line will be wrapped around a circle and then the head of the line along the line wrapped twice and then pull to the sides will form a figure 8 shape. The fish hook through this 8 and finally pull the line tight will be very strong. Have you learned these practical life hacks? You can really learn useful life hacks on TikTok. Stick tape on both sides of the nail clipper, and when you cut your nails, they won't fly everywhere. They'll stick to the tape. 2. After drying a down jacket, the feathers inside often clump together. Use the natural wind mode of a hairdryer to blow air inside the jacket while tapping it with a hanger, and the feathers will quickly become fluffy again. 3. Soak rubber bands that have lost their elasticity in hot water, and they will regain their original elasticity. 4. Lightly roast the outer side of a toothbrush with a lighter, then bend it inward to clean hidden dirt in the crevices of the toilet. 5. When pouring water, noodles in the pot can easily slip out. Just place a toothpick on the edge of the pot and cover it with the lid. This way, when you pour water, the food in the pot won't spill out. 6. Place a fine thread in the gap of a folded piece of paper, making it easy to thread through the needle of an embroidery needle. Quickly share this method with your dear grandmother. 7. Cut off the top half of a bottle, then cut a piece of rubber from a tire to fit over a water pipe. Next, fit the plastic bottle over it and use a lighter to heat the plastic bottle to make it shrink tightly, sealing the pipe opening. When you need to use it, just open the bottle cap. 8. Frozen meat takes a long time to thaw naturally. We can put the frozen meat in a bowl, add a spoonful of salt, some white vinegar, and then soak the meat in warm water. After just 3 minutes, the meat will be thawed. Have you learned these practical life hacks? If you don't know these practical life hacks yet, let's learn them together. 1. If you accidentally get blood stains on your blanket, don't worry. First, chop up a white radish and place it on the stained area. After letting it sit for 10 minutes, rub it repeatedly with your hands. Rinse it with clean water, and then wash it with soap as usual. The blood stain will disappear. 2. To quickly peel a grapefruit, cut off the top and bottom, then cut it in half. Make a side cut as well, and you'll be able to peel it quickly to get the delicious flesh. 3. If your toilet is clogged, don't panic. Just cover the toilet with plastic wrap, making sure there are no gaps. Then, press the flush button to create pressure inside, and press down repeatedly a few times. The toilet will be unclogged quickly. 4. Clams are very delicious, but they contain a lot of sand. First, prepare a basin of clean water, then add some salt and stir well before placing the clams in. Next, add a bit of sesame oil, stir again, and let it sit for an hour. The clams will expel the sand. 5. It's hard to clean white socks once they get dirty. Prepare half a basin of warm water, add dish soap, shampoo, and baking soda, and mix well. Soak the socks for 10 minutes, then scrub them repeatedly, and the socks will be clean. 6. Have you ever been bitten by mosquitoes in summer and felt pain and itchiness? Here's a way to relieve the itch. Cut off the tip of a syringe and trim it evenly with scissors. Then, use the syringe to suck up the itchy area, and the skin will stop itching. It's quite magical. 7. If a ring won't come off, don't worry. Thread a thin string through the ring, then wrap the string around your finger. Pull the string, and the ring will move along with it, allowing you to take it off. 8. Here's a trick to identify gutter oil. Soak garlic in oil for 20 minutes. If the garlic doesn't change color, it's good oil. If the surface of the garlic turns black or green, it's unhealthy gutter oil, and you should stop using it. Have you learned these clever tips? Follow me for daily updates on different life hacks. The sewing tips that have been lost for 500 years. Once you learn these, you won't need to go to the tailor anymore. 1. Don't throw away socks with holes. Just sew around these 6 points. With a stitch here and there, your hole can be fixed, and it will turn into a beautiful star. Simple, practical, and pretty. 2. If the sleeves of your hoodie are too long, don't cut them. This sewing method is very practical. Sew as much as needed. It works for all types of cuffs. Finally, pull the thread tight, and the sleeves will be shorter. 3. Cut off the neck of old socks and use this invisible stitching method to sew it onto the sweater. The sleeves will become longer, allowing the garment to be worn for another 2 or 3 years. 4. If the waistband of your pants is too big, you can make them smaller with just a stitch here and a stitch there. By repeating this process and pulling gently at the end, the waistband will be smaller. 5. If your jeans have a seam that has come undone, cross the thread back and forth at the opening and pull it to the appropriate position. Gently pull the thread to sew it back together, and then stitch the original original thread back in place. It will look like new. 6. If the collar is too big, sew it this way. Alternate between a stitch above and a stitch below until you reach your desired position. Finally, pull the thread and you'll have a nice looking collar that is simple and attractive. 7. Insert a piece of fabric into the hole of the garment and sew 3 lines, stitching down in order. In the end, you'll create 3 leaves, transforming the hole into a carrot. Have you learned these practical life hacks? It turns out that a simple life hack can make a big difference in our daily lives. My mom is so clever. She sticks a hook upside down on the inside of the cabinet and hangs a bag on it, making it super convenient for storing kitchen trash. By threading a piece of straw through a key ring and then putting the key onto the key ring, it makes it easy and quick to attach the key without hurting your nails. This is truly a genius idea. Putting a sock over a plastic bottle makes washing socks very clean and saves a lot of time and effort. Don't throw away the heating pads your wife used. Put them in your husband's shoes. The activated carbon inside can absorb the odor and moisture from the shoes. When it's raining and you're drying clothes, hats often develop a sour smell. We just need to add a hanger to the hat, and the clothes will dry without any odor. Using a grater can easily hurt your hands. We just need to insert a chopstick into the potato, making it not only much faster, but also much safer to use the grater. If you want to peel fruit but don't have a knife, you can use dental floss to peel it. The peeling effect is excellent, and you don't have to worry about hurting your hands. Packing 2 cups of drinks can be particularly prone to spilling. We twist a plastic bag into a figure 8 shape, and then putting the drinks inside will prevent them from tipping over and spilling. Have you learned these clever and practical life hacks?